Diddle Arena, the scene for today's nationally ranked matchup featuring the Lady Toppers of Western Kentucky University and the Lady Texters of Louisiana Tech. And hello everyone, I'm Jeff Younglev along with Laura Ray. Louisiana Tech and Western, a super day for Super Bowl Sunday, but it's super day inside today as Western and Louisiana Tech get started. Some keys to the game. TCBY keys to the game means for Western, stay in the game early.
That's right. Louisiana Tech has a lot of firepower, a high-powered offense, and if they get on a roll and get away from Western, they'll probably run away and hide. Also, Western's guard play is also going to be a key part of that. They must be able to counteract Louisiana Tech's pressure and keep Western doing the things they need to do. For Louisiana Tech, they're going to have to be playing at a slight size advantage on the inside, so they're going to have to take Western's leading scorers and rebounders out of the game on the inside. And it's a Sunday afternoon game here in Bowling Green, and everybody's going to be here. And if Western can stay in the game early, this place will be rocking. Louisiana Tech has to take the crowd out.
Our TCBY key players, you start with the Offensive Player of the Week and then the Defensive Player of the Week.
Well, Amanda Wilson is the Offensive Player of the Week, and for the Lady Texters, she provides a lot of their offensive punch. But Western's going to counteract that with Danielle McCulley, the Defensive Player of the Week in the conference, and she does a lot inside for Western on both ends of the floor.
So the scene is set for today's Sun Belt Clash, Louisiana Tech and Western Kentucky. We'll be back for starting lineups and the tip-off after these messages. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sun Belt TV.
Tonight's broadcast of Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Bell South, Bluegrass Cellular, Campbell Chevrolet Geo, Castronaut Market Center, Halchin's Markets, J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapel and its subsidiaries BG Monument and Bowling Green Gardens, the Kentucky Lottery, and by Western Kentucky Diagnostic Imaging.
The tradition continues on Western's public television. Every night at 6:30, WKYU offers a variety of how-to shows that you can use. Technology, home repair, auto news, and more. And don't forget about the local programs such as Outlook and Main Street that keep us all connected to what's going on in this part of Kentucky. With your support, Channel 24 will continue to bring home live Hilltopper and Lady Topper basketball road games and so much more. Information technology is the key to the 21st century. Access the key today at Western Kentucky University. Networked computers for every student and teacher. Cable television access in every residence hall room. Access to college classes through an interactive television network. News and information from Western's public broadcasting service. Internet access to the World Wide Web with WKU Net. Email for everyone. Western Kentucky University, accessing the power of information today. Connect and find out more.
We're back here at Diddle Arena in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Today's Sun Belt Conference action featuring Western Kentucky's Lady Toppers and the Louisiana Tech Lady Texters. And here are today's starting lineups presented by TCBY. First for the visitors, Monica Maxwell starting at the 1 forward spot, the 5'9" junior out of the East Chicago, averaging just over 12 points a game, a unanimous preseason All-Sun Belt player, 3 double-doubles this season, and has had a career high 8 free throws against Western. You'll hear a lot of career highs against Western this afternoon. The other forward spot, a 6-foot junior, Amanda Wilson, leading the conference in scoring, as well as the Lady Texters, a preseason All-Sun Belt Conference player. She's been Player of the Week 3 times in the Sun Belt. She has also had a career high best in 3-pointers against Western Kentucky University. At center, a 6'3" senior out of Chicago, Elisa Burris. She presents some problems for the Lady Toppers this afternoon. She's another unanimous preseason All-Sun Belt Conference player, preseason Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year, and 3 double-doubles herself. In the backcourt for Louisiana Tech, Laquan Stallworth, a 5'6" sophomore out of Silsbee, Texas, the 1996-97 Defensive Player of the Year in the Sun Belt. Her 8 assists is a career high, and guess who it came against? Western Kentucky University. And rounding out the final 5 for Louisiana Tech, Tamika Jackson, a 5'5" sophomore out of Dallas, Texas. Another unanimous preseason All-Sun Belt Conference performer, the freshman of the year in the Sun Belt last year, leading the Sun Belt in assists, 3rd in steals. For the Lady Toppers this afternoon, the scoring machine averaging 46% from the field, 33% from three-point range. They'll be led by number 30, Shay Lunsford, a 6'2" junior out of McKee, Kentucky. She was the second leading scorer for Western coming into today's game, last year rather. And Lunsford, an outstanding leaper, has started 10 Western games. Danielle McCulley, the other forward, number 2 rebounder in the Sun Belt Conference, the Defensive Player of the Week last week for the Lady Toppers as well. In the middle, the big girl, 6'1" senior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Leslie Johnson, number 3 in the Sun Belt in scoring, leading the Sun Belt Conference in rebounding. In the backcourt, Lori Townsend, she's been hot lately, the 5'7" senior out of Owensboro. 6 3-pointers in a loss to Arkansas State University this past Thursday night. That tied a Lady Topper record. She's shooting 51% from three-point range. She ranks 14th nationally. And Katasha Witcher, a 5'6" junior out of Athens, Georgia, averaging 6.3 assists per game against Sun Belt opponents, 3 assists per game otherwise. Your starting lineup set, and we are just about set to go. A great afternoon of basketball set for you, leading into where everybody else will be in front of the televisions, I'm sure a little bit later this afternoon for Super Bowl Sunday. But a great lead into that as we feature the top 2 teams traditionally in the Sun Belt in Western Kentucky University and Louisiana Tech. And we are tipped up. Wilson controls the tap for Louisiana Tech.
Western's opening up in the traditionally, as usual, in their man-to-man defense. Fire away.
Wilson wastes no time off the back of the rim, not there, and Lori Townsend for the Lady Toppers pulls down and brings it away.
It didn't take a lot of time off that clock getting the first shot away.
Western with some size inside. They go to McCulley off the glass. She puts it in.
That's going to be important for Western Kentucky if they're going to stay in this game, is to exploit the advantage that they have on the inside, because Louisiana Tech is so quick and so powerful other places of the floor.
Zone trap at the half-court mark. Louisiana Tech breaks it. Left corner, that's Wilson.
Step.
Right at it. Does not get her to go down. Witcher pulls it away for the Lady Toppers. Driving in all the way off the glass. Not there. Lunsford had her hands on it. Instead, it's Burris for Louisiana Tech pulling it away.
Quick on quick.
Boy, Louisiana Tech wastes no time in firing it up. Jackson
the shot clock
with a
is
miss.
not a factor so far.
Western leading it 2-0. Witcher from the baseline. The move, but the travel called against the Lady Toppers. It'll go over to the Lady Texters.
Well, there's a big crowd here today, a very partial crowd, obviously, here in Bowling Green, and they thought that there might have been a foul before that walk.
Quick on quick when you talk about Witcher, and then with Louisiana Tech, Jackson and Stallworth. A lot of speed out there this afternoon by both these teams.
Those feet hit the floor a lot, and they go a long ways with a lot of footsteps, a lot of quickness.
Jackson with a turnover. Townsend leading the charge the other way. 3-on-2 fast break. Townsend up off the glass, doesn't get it. McCulley with a rebound for the Lady Toppers. Johnson thought about a shot, loses it. And Louisiana Tech has the numbers going the other way.
Oh, nice move.
Oh, a nice fake by Stallworth to put it up and in and get Louisiana Tech's first points of the afternoon, 2-2.
One thing Western is going to have to do is to play their own game and not get caught up in the quickness and the real fast. Although Western likes to play a fast pace too, they can't get in a track meet with Louisiana Tech and stay in this ball game.
Louisiana Tech, a quicker team than Western. Western has a little bit of height advantage inside as Leslie Johnson goes to work inside. Off the front of the rim, not there. The rebound comes away to Tamika Jackson.
Nice shot, lets it short.
Louisiana Tech likes to run. Stallworth now has 4 off the fast break.
As I said before, Western needs to set up in their half-court offense. They're not going to have to be too deliberate, but they're going to have to try to exploit that size advantage.
4-2 in favor of the Texters. 17:38 mark, first half. McCulley taken away from her. Amanda Wilson coming the other way. The Lady Texters 6 points, all coming off the fast break.
Very quickly. Even when they set up in the half court, they're looking for something fast, and then Western's just Western can't have a lot of turnovers and stay in this ball game.
We talked earlier about how Western has to stay in this ball game early, and early going, Louisiana Tech making use of the running game.
Well, obviously, although there's
Witcher
a nice
up
drive.
off the glass, nice move. She's got the quickness that Western needs.
I think one of the stats I saw that was interesting before this game is Louisiana Tech has played, I think, 6 opponents ranked in the top 20 and have been beaten by Old Dominion and Tennessee, who are both ranked ahead. Nice shot. Western has only beaten 1 opponent ranked in the top 20, and that would be Texas Tech
early on.
So, you know, obviously, Louisiana Tech's used to hard competition, and they like to get the upper hand in games like this.
Louisiana Tech's been here before. As Lunsford drives the baseline in and out, not there. Johnson with the offensive putback.
Strong rebound. She got that position on the weak side there and held it, got that rebound, and just stuck it right back in along with the foul.
First foul this afternoon's game called, and it goes against Louisiana Tech on the replay. Great job of Johnson.
She had her pushed under the basket, then went and got the ball, went back up, and there's the foul.
First foul against Burris, first team foul, 8-6. Johnson has a chance to pull Western Kentucky within 1. Off the back, not there. Stallworth with the rebound, running the other way. Left corner, Jackson doesn't go down. McCulley had her hands on it for Western, but lost it out of bounds. It'll remain Louisiana Tech's basketball.
Western's going to have to stay on the boards with them. We keep saying it over and over. They have a slight height advantage. They're going to have to get every rebound.
Looking to get it in. Off the glass, not there. The rebound, back up and in.
Defense.
Outstanding job by Maxwell.
Cannot let that ball come in right there on an out-of-bounds play. Give Louisiana Tech a lot of credit for that.
10-6 in favor of the Lady Texters. 16-10 to go first half. Witcher down kind of in no man's land. She does draw the foul, but you don't look for her to post up too much.
When I say Western has a size advantage, it's not with her. And she got in there she took it up strong, though. Give her credit for that, and drew the foul.
That foul goes against Tamisha Jackson, her first, team second. And at the line, it'll be Katasha Witcher, a junior college player, a 5'6" junior, shooting 69% on the year. First one, nice soft touch.
She rolled it around a little bit, but it went down.
Western, as a team, shooting 67% on the year.
Which is a good mark. You like to be around that 70% mark. And that's another thing, in a game like this, you're going to have to hit those free throws because they're not going to give you a lot of things for free.
Witcher converts both free throws. She has 4 points for Western.
Nice drive.
And the kind soft touch for Louisiana Tech as well.
Louisiana Tech is doing what they do best, that quickness with the guards. They're playing their game right now.
Lunsford tries to answer, doesn't get it. Offensive board work, doesn't get it. Johnson pulls down the rebound, goes to the floor. Now looking for help, instead puts it up, doesn't get it. Western doing a job on the offensive boards, but McCulley will be called for traveling. 15:37 to go. Right now it's Louisiana Tech leading Western 12-8. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
WKYU TV's presentation of Hilltopper basketball is made possible in part by Kentucky Lottery, with over 3,000 Kentucky Lottery retailers statewide. Somebody's going to win, might as well be you. Houchins Market, because being a good neighbor is more than just being in your neighborhood. And by viewers like you.
Next time on Ancestors.
Libraries and archives are full of so much more than cold, hard facts. They're the doorway back in time to discover your family story.
When I went to places like the National Archives or the Denver Public Library, I didn't know what I was looking for. You can find a lot of people that are willing to help you.
We're going to take you on a field trip to the largest genealogical library in the world to help you break the ice.
Bert Wolf is more than a great cook and a chocolate lover, and WKYU TV shows you his other side. Come along as Bert Wolf travels the world to look at the simple origins of things that surround us. Explore the history, folklore, and tradition of different locations. And don't forget the food, Origins with Bert Wolf. Monday night at 8:30, only on WKYU TV and PBS, where the world comes to visit.
Back here from Bowling Green, Kentucky, Louisiana Tech with a 4-point advantage over the Western Kentucky Lady Toppers in this battle between two nationally ranked teams. Laura, Louisiana Tech does it by fast break, and they've perfected that this afternoon.
Yes, they have. There hasn't been a lot of half-court action, especially on the Louisiana Tech end, and they're exploiting the quickness advantage, taking the ball to the basket. We haven't seen a three-pointer shot in this game yet. Mostly been a lot of layups.
Louisiana Tech shooting a nice 54.5% to Western's 30%. Lady Toppers have gotten the shots. They have not gone down for them.
Yeah, they've had some easy ones on the inside, especially off rebounds that they hadn't got to go down.
Jackson from three-point range. She nails it.
Just when I say there's been no three-pointers, they grant my wish and shoot one. That was a pretty shot out of the corner.
15-8 in favor of the Lady Techsters with the first three-pointer of the game, Tamisha Jackson. Lunsford looking for help. Lori Townsend, who's been on a hot streak as of late with three-pointers, but hasn't been able to put one off yet this afternoon. Witcher
nice
drives down in underneath and gets the roll. Witcher using that quickness of hers to get inside.
Well, she's the one player on the team that can give Louisiana Tech a dose of their own medicine with that quickness. And that one, although for Western the shots have been rolling off, that one down the bottom of the net.
Underneath the big girl, Lisa Burris puts it in for the first two of the afternoon for Burris. She's the inside answer to Leslie Johnson.
She powered that ball right in there.
17-10 in favor of the Lady Techsters. 14:34 to go first half. Witcher driving right down underneath. The foul will go against Jackson. Witcher has come to play some fast basketball this afternoon.
Well, I think she's finding this to be right down her alley. Here she goes down the middle of the lane, and there's that reach in, but she was taking that thing to the goal as soon as she got the ball in her hand.
The foul will be called against Maxwell, not Jackson. That'll be her first and team's third. Witcher 2 for 2 already this afternoon, making 3 for 3 from the line. Witcher has 7 points, having a nice afternoon, averaging 6 points a game, so she's already bettered that.
Well, she obviously had a goal in mind coming into this game, and I'm sure that the coaches told her what to do, and she is just really taking that ball to the hole.
Sheree Mansfield will make her first appearance for the Lady Toppers. The 6'2 freshman out of Louisville will give Danielle McCauley a rest. Mansfield, a nice-looking freshman for Western.
She has a lot of skills. She's young, but by the time she gets out of here, I think she's going to make a good name for herself.
Creates a turnover. Mansfield tipped it to Witcher to Lunsford for the 2.
Well, that was a nice fast break. They stayed under control and kept their mind on what they had to do, which was to score.
Lunsford with her first bucket of the afternoon. Some pressure by the Lady Toppers paying off. Boy, long three-pointer by Monica Maxwell.
She can obviously shoot them from out there. She's one of their best shooters from the outside, and you can see why from there. Beautiful.
Mansfield top of the key to Lunsford. Man-to-man defense by Louisiana Tech, leading it 20-14, 13:49 here to go in the first half.
It's a sticky man-to-man defense. They're really putting a lot of pressure, and Witcher's exploited that a couple of times.
Mansfield, the nice turnaround jumper, did everything but go in.
You have to have a lot of confidence in yourself as a freshman to shoot that.
Boy, Burris and Jackson and everybody from Louisiana Tech running the court. This is definitely a battle of up and down.
And this was sort of a freshman foul, I think you could call it. You watch her, she's coming down the lane here, gets it, and Mansfield puts her hand on her back, which is a no-no.
First foul against the Lady Toppers, first one against Mansfield, and at the line will be 34, Elisa Burris, a 64% free throw shooter for the Lady Techsters.
Big, strong player on the inside, and it was impressive to see her running the floor like that.
Yeah, she was leading the break, and she was down there very quickly. Misses the first free throw, one more coming her way. A 6-point Louisiana Tech lead right now, 20-14 over the homestanding Lady Toppers. She missed them both. Louisiana Tech's quickness almost got them the ball back, but instead it's Witcher for the Lady Toppers going up off the glass. It's good.
And you knew what she was going to do with it. Some point guards might be a little bit tentative, might hold up, wait for their teammates. Not her. She had it all the way.
Witcher already in double-figure scoring for the Lady Toppers, using that quickness that Lady Toppers have not had at the guard position in recent years.
Oh, another three-pointer. That negates a lot of that. That three-pointer, the great equalizer, of course. But we said at the start of the game, Western's guards were going to have to step up for them to be in the game, and they have so far. But they just can't let Louisiana Tech run away with it.
Yeah, three-pointers by the Louisiana Tech players right now. And there's the double dribble to go against the Lady Toppers, turning the ball over to Louisiana Tech with a 7-point lead. And back into the game for Western, Danielle McCauley as Leslie Johnson will get a race. And you'll probably see a lot of substituting by Western this game if we keep up this kind of pace.
This pace, they're going to have to. I think Western's probably pretty pleased with the way the game has gone. And they knew the driving to the goal and the fast-paced game, but those three-pointers are something I'm sure they keyed on stopping. Yeah,
Louisiana Tech shooting extremely well, better than 50%. Lunsford went for the steal, didn't get it. McCulley slaps it away, out of bounds. It'll belong to Western.
It's good defense on Western's part, covering up on the inside.
12:40 to go, first half, 23-16, and the Sun Belt Conference matchup between Western Kentucky University coming into today's action. Sun Belt play at 4-1, 15-5 overall. Louisiana Tech 5-0, leading the Sun Belt over New Orleans at 4-0.
Oh, that's
slapped
a foul,
away McCulley, and there's the foul. This one will go against Burris, and that'll be her second.
Well, they were both going for the ball, but obviously the offensive player gets the benefit of the doubt in that situation. Here you see it, the ball's kind of thrown up for grabs in there, but McCulley had the beat on the ball, and good aggressive defense, but that's a foul in anybody's game.
Priya Gilmore, a 6'3" junior, checking into the lineup. She's out of Jacksonville, Florida for Louisiana Tech as Burris goes to the Lady Texter bench with 2 fouls. Witcher inside, posting up again.
That's interesting. You know, I'm wondering, Western must have known coming in that might be a place where they could have an advantage, and it's worked a couple of times.
Well, she's got the size advantage, be it 1 inch over Tamika Jackson. And inside, Louisiana Tech trying to answer, but Gilmore didn't get it.
That, Western had a size advantage. That's not what we meant, but
we're looking a little bit bigger than that. McCulley this time off the glass, no good. With a rebound for the Lady Texters, number 52, Priya Gilmore.
Western's big girls haven't found their rhythm on the inside yet.
Stallworth's shot doesn't go down, but the rebound comes away to Maxwell. Jackson, give it to her, 3-pointer. She's got a couple.
Not a player in blue is shy about pulling the trigger from anywhere. That is evident early on.
And it's an 8-point lead now for Louisiana Tech.
That's a good call. She put the elbow up.
We've got a timeout on the court. Louisiana Tech leading Western 26-18. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Western Kentucky Diagnostic Imaging, offering a comfortable alternative for X-ray, CAT scan, mammography, and other imaging needs located at 1635 Scottsville Road in Bowling Green. Bell South, nobody knows a neighbor like a neighbor. And by viewers like you.
From the country's top-selling nature and bird authors, Dawn and Lillian Stokes, comes a new series full of insider tips.
Reddish egrets are everyone's favorite. When they put out their wings like that, when they put both wings out, they're actually shading the glare of the water so they can see the fish.
And helpful hints.
Another feature of Dimensions is the interior size of the box.
The fun begins in your own backyard on Bird Watch with Dawn and Lillian Stokes. Experience classical music and old world atmosphere of historic European locations. Savor the works of the world's best-known composers, Haydn, Bach, Mozart, Handel, and many others. Enjoy the exciting, vibrant sights and sounds of classical visions.
We're back here in Diddle Arena, Western Kentucky University and Louisiana Tech. Louisiana Tech leading Western by 8 right now, 26-18, 3-pointers. Perfect so far afternoon for Louisiana Tech, 4 out of 4, and they hit them from long range.
They sure do. We've been talking about the quickness on the inside, but obviously these girls can shoot as well.
Veronica Maxwell with a couple of 3-pointers. Louisiana Tech 7 points off turnovers. That tells you they like to use the fast break.
Pressure defense, and if you can take advantage of those turnovers, that's a big plus. Nice cut to the middle and just got the ball, and nice shot there. Western did do a good job on the defensive end.
Wilson with a bucket, also into the game for Louisiana Tech, 5'9" sophomore Jamie Shepman, who has started the first game of the year, but since then the Lady Texters have kept the same 5 starters. For Western, you have got Jamie Walls into the lineup, as well as number 31, Christy Hartley out of New Mexico. turnover again by Louisiana Tech, coming the other way. The easy two once again as Wilson picks up her 8th point.
Well, that was an ill-advised pass on Walls' part, and it played right into the hand of the Lady Texters, and those athletes out running the floor, that's an easy fast break. 7
turnovers so far for Western, 3 for Louisiana Tech. McCulley battling for the rebound. Hartley tried to drag it down too, but Louisiana Tech will get it. Leading by 12, 30-18, is coming back into the Lady Topper lineup, number 34, Leslie Johnson, to replace Sheree Mansfield.
Well, here's a key point of the part of the game so far. 30-18, 12-point lead. This could be the place where Western lets it get away, and they just can't do that. You're not going to be able to come back on a team with the caliber of Louisiana Tech.
You saw Leon Barmore in his 16th year at Louisiana Tech, 443 wins coming into today. He's had an outstanding collegiate career.
Well, every year in and out, there's 4 or 5 teams on the national level that are at the top, and Louisiana Tech is one.
Wilson doesn't get it, but putting it back up and in, the big girl inside is Gilmore. She's got her first bucket. Lady Texas doing some work inside as well now.
She definitely has the body to compete with Western's big girls, and she showed it there. Oh, nice
Johnson
ball.
blocked by Gilmore. Lady Texas have the numbers coming the other way.
Oh.
And the travel will be called as coming up short with it was Laquan Stallworth, who just kind of got tripped up. That may be the best way to stop them right now.
Sometimes we announcers get tongue-tied. Her hands got tied up in the ball there, and couldn't really do a whole lot with it. But obviously, she was looking to push it, It's worked so far.
Texters right now on a 9-0 run as they have outscored Western over the last couple of minutes. Witcher, who was hot early, didn't get that one to drop. The rebound pulled away by Shepman, and Louisiana Tech coming the other way.
Well, Western can't panic at this point and start taking quick shots. They need to keep working the clock. We're just midway through the first half, but it's awful hard when you see that lead running away from us.
Hartley off the pass by Walls will go to the free throw line.
Good strong move.
Christy Hartley, a 5'11 junior out of New Mexico.
Here you see the pass come into her. She takes one hard dribble, then and takes it up strong. She plays hard throughout the game and is always looking to, she'll give up her body, whatever she has to do.
Hartley, the 60% free throw shooter, misses the first one, 63%. One more coming her way, and Lori Townsend back into the Lady Topper lineup to replace Witcher, who's had an outstanding game so far, leading all scorers with 12 points.
She's been one of the few bright spots for Western up to this point. I'm sure they want to get her a little rest, maybe come back in for a run before the half. And she hit that free throw. Western has to hit their free throws if they're going to stay in this game.
Lady Toppers break a little bit of a scoring drought, going from the 13:06 mark.
They're working the ball around.
Trailing 32-19.
I knew they couldn't let the shot clock get down to 10, and they didn't.
Johnson with a rebound off the miss by Jackson. Lori Townsend bringing it the other way. Townsend still looking for her first shot of the afternoon.
Yeah, they've shut her down.
She burned Louisiana Tech last year as McCulley overshoots the goal, and Louisiana Tech picks it up. 24 points Townsend had last year against the Lady Texters here, and not a shot away yet this afternoon. Jackson, the dish off.
Nice. I'm sure Lori Townsend's name was probably written on the blackboard in that locker room and said, remember last year. So they haven't let her get a shot off yet, although Witcher has hurt them from the guard spot, but Townsend hadn't seen daylight.
Western down by 15.
Wow.
Finally, a three-pointer comes from an unexpected source in Danielle McCulley.
And you know, I think she sort of challenged that girl who was guarding her and said, you don't think I'll shoot it, do you? But she sure did.
8:03 to go first half. Louisiana Tech tries to answer, doesn't. McCulley with a rebound over to Jamie Walls. 34-22 in favor of the Lady Texters. Inside, Johnson drives, blocked again by Gilmore. Johnson's got some muscle, but the size advantage goes to Gilmore.
She and McCulley, neither one of them have got into a groove yet on the inside.
We've got timeout on the court. Louisiana Tech leading 34-22. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is made possible in part by Campbell Chevrolet Geo on Scottsville Road in Bowling Green, answering the automotive sales and service needs of South Central Kentucky since 1981. Bluegrass Cellular, providers of cellular and paging service to Central Kentucky, with offices in Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, Glasgow, Campbellsville, and Bardstown, and viewers like you.
Do you ever worry about what your children may see on commercial television? Then tune in to WKYU TV Channel 24, where you can trust your little ones will be safe. The Magic School Bus, The Big Comfy Couch, Kid Songs, Theodore Tugboat, Newton's Apple, Barney, and Arthur. Where else can you find such a wide array of programs that both teach and entertain your children? Not on commercial television, not on cable television, only on local public television. See the difference and help keep programs like these on the air for everyone in our community. With your support, Channel 24 will continue to bring you live Hilltopper basketball road games and so much more. The world is shrinking, but America's role is ever expanding. Meet the experts from across our nation as they discuss the most important issues of the day on Uncommon Knowledge, Monday night at 10.
In Bowling Green, Kentucky, Louisiana Tech leading Western Kentucky University's Lady Toppers by 12, 34-22 in the first half. Louisiana Tech taking advantage of some run-and-gun offense, and they've had success from three-point range as well.
Well, that shot right there you just saw was from Western's McCulley, who usually does it on the inside, but she showed right there she can shoot from the outside, too. Yeah,
the only three-pointer of the afternoon by Western has come from Danielle McCulley. Lori Townsend still looking to even take a shot. Well, she's taken one shot, 0 for 1 so far. 34-22, Walls driving up off the glass. Nice move.
She took it in there once before and couldn't get the shot to go down, so she tried it again. Got it that time.
Jamie Walls has had a tough year so far for Western Kentucky. She was the National Player of the Year coming out of high school, out of Fort Thomas Highlands, and has had that sophomore jinx maybe that people talk about. Inside, nice pass in. Wilson, who now has 12 points, all coming from the field. 36-24 in favor of Louisiana Tech.
Killing that sticky man-to-man defense. Western trying to move the ball around, work it, get a good shot.
Walls drives off the screen from Johnson, up off the side of the glass, too far underneath. And Louisiana Tech with the numbers 3-on-1. Jackson makes it good.
Well, they're taking advantage of that fast break whenever they can, and they're not going to miss easy shots like that. Not players of this caliber.
Well, Western has not seen this kind of speed this year.
No.
They may not see it again until they go down to Ruston, Louisiana a little bit later, but this is a typical Louisiana Tech team. A lot of speed and extreme quickness out of their guards.
Quickness, always a good defensive team as well, which is giving Western a lot of problems right now. But you're right, and I think I've seen most of the top teams play. They have to be the quickest team in the nation.
Townsend with a drive, gets two of herself, and most of Western's guard points have come through the drive.
Well, we thought if Western's guards came to play that perhaps it would be a really close game, and the guards are where they're getting most of the scoring. But Louisiana Tech has an answer for everything.
Stallworth looking inside. Wilson, turnaround jumper, doesn't go down. Louisiana Tech gets the rebound and travels with it.
That wasn't a very good shot, you would think, but that's basically what they've been taking so far, and it's worked.
Witcher back into the game. She's the leading scorer so far this afternoon for the Lady Toppers. She has 12 points, and I'm sure Steve Small doesn't want to keep her out of there too long. She has had some success against this Lady Texter squad. As the matchup between her and Tamisha Jackson, boy, quick on quick.
Well,
looking to post up underneath, and Jackson called it first, and then the official picked it up, and probably a good call.
Well, Witcher's having a great game, but it's my opinion that Western's going to win this game. She doesn't need to be the leading scorer. They're going to have to exploit, well, she's trying to exploit something on the inside here, but Western's strength is in its inside game, and they could have some success there, but haven't so far. They need to keep trying to look for it on the inside.
Sharonda Allen into the Lady Topper lineup, the 5'11" senior out of Louisville, Kentucky. Adds a lot of emotion to the Western team.
She's a very athletic player.
Maxwell from three, not there. Johnson with a rebound for Western Kentucky. Over to Townsend. Townsend lead pass, Danielle McCulley.
Nice move.
Takes a fake, puts it up off the glass, good. McCulley with 7.
Well, she's obviously an outstanding player and has very good skills on the inside, and she's going to have to step it up for Western.
And there's the illegal block going the other way against Louisiana Tech. It'll go against Gilmore, her first.
Well, she obviously has the body to set a good screen anyway, but here you'll see her take a little bit of an advantage and slide over. That's a good call.
20-second timeout called by Louisiana Tech. Western's got it down to 10. Louisiana Tech has led outside of the 2-0 mark by Western. It's been Louisiana Tech, who likes to run. And boy, you watch them for about 30 seconds and you know why. Shot clock not a factor for them.
Not at all. I don't think it's gotten down below 10 seconds on that end of the floor. And they've got some pretty fancy looking shoes over there. They might as well be running shoes because they have been up and down this floor.
38-28, 10-point Louisiana Tech lead in this battle in the Sun Belt Conference. Sun Belt Conference standings has Louisiana Tech in first place at 5-0. New Orleans, who has not played Western or Louisiana Tech, at 4-0 right now. And then Western and Arkansas State with 1 loss apiece. Western's lost at Arkansas State just this past week.
That's a big loss for Western because they obviously know it's going to be tough for them to beat Louisiana Tech every year. And they need to win the rest of those games. And that's a big dilemma for them to be in coming into this game with a loss.
Leslie Johnson working one-on-one against Gilmore. Gilmore's had the better of it up to that point, and she had a couple of blocks against Johnson early, but this time Johnson draws the foul.
Well, she used her body very well and got position here. Here's a little baby hook shot. Those are the things that Leslie Johnson brings to Western Kentucky, some advantages she puts on for them.
Johnson, a 6'1" senior out of Indiana. Since Johnson and McCauley transferred to Western from Purdue.
A little unorthodox at the foul line. She stands a bit to the right side, but if it goes in, who cares?
And the Lady Toppers have cut the double-digit lead down to 8, 38-30, and that gets the crowd back into the game, which is a key for Western.
Sixth man, and you know, Louisiana Tech's played in a lot of big games, but occasionally this Diddle Arena crowd can bring it in and be a big plus. This foul will go against Western's 13, Sharonda Allen, and a pretty good acting job as well, but there was a foul there. Some contact. She leaned into her at the beginning, but you're right. That was some pretty good acting. The 4th team foul against Western, 7 against Louisiana Tech, so the Lady Toppers will be shooting the bonus. The Lady Techs are still a couple away. Quick move. Shot doesn't go down from Maxwell. Followed it, though. Terrible rebound. Gets her own rebound, and then the steal by Western's Leslie Johnson. First thing they teach you is when your player shoots the ball to block her out, because she knows where it's going. 38-30, Lady Toppers to get as close as they've been in a while. McCauley had 1 3-pointer. You said blocking out a key, and McCauley didn't get blocked out. Followed her own shot, got the rebound, and now goes to the free throw line. That shooter knows better than anybody else on the floor where the ball's going to come out, whether it's short, it's going to be long. And here you go. That was a pretty good block out. She let her go, went right in. Of course, Louisiana Tech always looking to run. Yes. And so they're sending somebody down. Somebody's releasing every time. That's right. And it opened it up for McCauley, who has 2 free throws coming her way. And also the 3rd foul against Bria Gilmore. So the big people for Louisiana Tech, 5 fouls between them right now. That could be a big stat. McCauley converts both free throws. Well, this is very important. I felt like if Western could keep it under 10 points going into halftime, they might have a shot. And they're right in this ballgame right now. Louisiana Tech had it out to as many as 15, but Lady Toppers have now battled back, and they're within 6 at the 4-minute mark. Inside shot doesn't go down. McCauley with an aggressive rebound for Western. She got hold of that thing and wasn't going to give it up. Well, you've got some emotion coming into play now. The crowd in it, and Western starting to play with a little bit more emotion. I think some of those players are getting a little mad out there, which can be a plus. Inside, Johnson has it slapped away, put it to the floor. McCauley will get it and put it in. Western's lucky on that. It's hard to dribble around in that inside like Johnson did with all those quick little hands, and it almost backfired on her. Yeah, you're a big person. Johnson's move, she likes to move to the bucket, but as you said, tough to put it to the floor. That far away from the basket, in the middle of the lane, it's hard. Inside, driving, up off the glass, doesn't go down for Stallworth. Gets her own rebound, puts it up again, doesn't get it. McCauley with a rebound. Louisiana Tech is really challenging whoever gets that rebound with the reach in, and Western's getting used to that. They're hanging on to it and throwing the foul. That's going to send Danielle McCauley to the line as the foul called against Amanda Wilson, her 2nd, and you start to look a little bit at fouls now against Louisiana Tech. They start to mount up a little bit, back into the Lady Techster lineup. In for the first time, actually, Mashika Bowman, a 6'2 freshman out of Alexandria, Louisiana. So some size. Louisiana Tech keeps bringing it at you. There are some players that need a little boost from something. Sometimes it's getting hit in the mouth. Sometimes it's just getting a bad call against them. And something has fired Danielle McCauley up in the last few minutes.
Timeout on the court. 3:13 to go. It's a 3-point Louisiana Tech lead, 38-35. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV. Second timeout, so we'll stay here right with it with 3:13 to go. Danielle McCauley at the line for one more free throw as the Lady Toppers down by 15 with 9:15 to go on a little bit of run of their own as they were down 34-19. And now the Lady Toppers on a 15-4 run. And it's been a game of a couple runs, and Western's on the run right now, Laura.
Well, the big girls for Western have really picked it up in the last few minutes, and that's been the key. Not only on the offensive end scoring-wise, but they've been getting every defensive rebound.
McCauley perfect from the free throw line. Now we've got a timeout on the court. With 3:13 to go, it's a 2-point Louisiana Tech lead. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Castronaut Market Center at Greenwood Mall, a home shopping experience. J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapel with 2 locations, 832 Broadway and 820 Lovers Lane in Bowling Green, and its subsidiaries, BG Monument and Bowling Green Gardens, and by viewers like you.
He traveled around the world in 80 days, from pole to pole. Now Michael Palin makes his most ambitious journey, 50,000 miles around the Pacific Rim in 1 year. Join WKYU-TV as Palin serves as tour guide and ambassador. Full Circle, Saturday at 9 p.m. There's no other journey like it, and it's only on PBS and WKYU-TV.
Get the latest health news and information that affects your entire family on Breakthrough, television's Journal of Science and Medicine. Sunday nights at 9, only on WKYU-TV, Channel 24.
Let us know how we're doing. Email us at WKYU-TV@WKU.edu.
This reminder for Sunbelt Conference fans with internet access, you can now go online for the latest in Sunbelt information, statistics, special features, and interactive messages on the official Sunbelt webpage at www.sunbeltsports.org. That's the official Sunbelt Conference internet site at www.sunbeltsports.org. Internet services provided by Communique Incorporated. Western on a 12-0 scoring run right now, trailing by 2 after trailing by 15 earlier.
One of the reasons they got behind so early, their shooting percentage was horrid, but now they've worked it up to almost 50%, and that's made a big difference.
Shot blocked by McCauley, out of bounds. It'll belong to Western.
Everybody fighting for that rebound. Western's going to have to keep it up. There's 3 minutes left. If they could get a lead, anything could happen.
Rebounding's even at 18 right now. Louisiana Tech with a 2-point lead. Western with the first chance since the early going to tie it up. Johnson off the glass, she does it.
Nice strong move, good head fake. She's showing what she can do. She's an excellent player.
2:41 to go, 38 apiece. Western has battled back after being down early by 15. They've got the crowd into it. And they've got back into it.
You're really going to hear a crowd if they can stop them on this possession.
Baseline left, Stallworth not there.
Oh,
the whistle.
Terrific.
Offensive foul against Stallworth as Johnson set her up. Stallworth with her first foul.
Nothing makes Steve Small, the coach at Western, any happier than for a player to take a charge. And that was a good one.
I'll tell you what, if you knock Leslie Johnson down, you come into her pretty good.
Now, they teach that a lot at Western, taking those charges, so they know how to get that position.
Witcher inside, Johnson. Fakes, pumps, now puts it up and hits it.
She's on fire, showing a lot of emotion. Like I said, her and McCauley have really, I don't know what happened, if it was Steve Small, this crowd, somebody on the floor, but they are fired up.
8 points now for Johnson. It's been Johnson and McCauley the last few times down. Turnaround baseline jumper, nice job by Bowman.
Well, she has a big size advantage against Allen, and she exploited it right there.
We're tied at 40 with 1:51 to go here in the first half. Inside, it's Witcher who had it hot early, and she's got 14.
You know, you could change uniforms, and she'd fit right in with Louisiana Tech with that quickness and ability to take it to the hole.
42-40 in favor of Western. Jackson, long range, doesn't get it. Nice job of rebounding by Stallworth, who gets it out to the big girl Bowman. They'll set it up again.
Western would love it if they would take those off-balance runners for the rest of the half.
Maxwell with a long three-pointer, doesn't go down. Western with a 2-point lead and the ball. Witcher will walk it across the half-court mark. Picked up by Tamisha Jackson. Boy, some eye contact going on there, isn't there?
There's more.
And Witcher drives in, has it slapped away, but she is fouled, and did Witcher get the better end of that one? She went by Jackson.
So. And she'll probably tell her about it the next time down the floor. Here she goes in again. Those big girls didn't step over in time, so she kept going and got the foul.
The foul goes against Gilmore, her 4th foul. She came in after that last time out, so a little bit of a risk there, and she picks up 4 fouls. Of course, Leon Barmore has some size on that bench to go to as well.
They have a deep bench, which is all teams ranked that high in the country would have to have a deep bench, but it's a big advantage for Western to get her out of there.
Well, that's 1 down, I guess, and a couple to go when you're looking at that.
Yeah,
bench.
that's true.
Allen out of the game now, as Mansfield is checked back into the game for Western. Witcher, second free throw coming her way, gets the nice bounce.
Wow.
And she's perfect tonight so far, 6 out of 6.
To go from 15 down to 4 up by halftime, that's tremendous. And I'm sure Barmore's got a lot of ammunition to use in that locker room.
He's been quiet so far. Of course, he's been in these kind of games before. Nothing new to Leon Barmore.
No. And the type of team they had, they can easily go on a 15-0 run themselves.
Steal by Jackson, give Witcher a lot of credit. By Johnson, but give Witcher a lot of credit as she blows by everybody and then draws the foul.
She has one thing on her mind when she comes across that floor, that is, you have to stop me because I'm taking it to the hole. Here she goes again. The girl was moving. That's a good call.
Against Maxwell, her second. Witcher at the line to shoot 2.
She's come along slowly this year, but in the last few games, I know she's providing a lot of what Western needs and hadn't had in the past in terms of quickness and leadership.
Her first miss of the afternoon from the free throw line. She's got 14 points. And now make it 15. 45-40. It's a 5-point Western Kentucky advantage, under a minute to play in the first half. Chapman against Townsend. Over to Maxwell. Western in a man-to-man. Maxwell driving against McCulley. Almost loses it. Now inside, and McCulley will be called, or Johnson for the push.
Well, that's good help defense in there. They were playing hard. She just kept working at it, trying to find an opening, and drew the foul.
Well, foul situations, as you take a look at this, and the foul will go against McCulley, but 10 fouls against Louisiana Tech, 5 against Western. So Western's done it some damage from the free throw line as well.
Maxwell has excellent offensive skills, and she knows how to use her body and take care of the ball.
Maxwell, shot not in time, but there'll be a foul against Louisiana Tech.
Wow.
So the crowd a little bit ready to say, hey, Mr. Referee, we don't think there's a foul, but maybe they'll change their mind very quickly here. That's the 11th team foul, and that'll get a little bit of a stare from Coach Barmore.
Well, as you can imagine, a crowd like this, they really don't think their team ever fouls. They question every one, so that maybe they got one there.
That foul against Shepman, her first, and Townsend gets her first free throw of the afternoon. She's got 1 field goal. She's been quiet.
She really has, but of course with Witcher's been making so much noise, she hasn't had a lot of opportunity.
Townsend with 4 points, and it's a 7-point Western Kentucky advantage.
They need to watch them probably set up for a 3 here to end the half, so Western's going to have to stay on their toes. And we know the way they've been shooting the ball, that would be a big momentum booster if they could get a 3 to go down right here.
Inside doesn't go down, and we're at the end of the half. Western, over the last 8 minutes, uses a 29-6 run to take the lead over Louisiana Tech at the half, 47-40. Lady Toppers leading the Lady Techsters. You're watching the TCBFI Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
WKYU TV's presentation of Hilltopper basketball is made possible in part by Kentucky Lottery, with over 3,000 Kentucky Lottery retailers statewide. Somebody's going to win, might as well be you. Houchins Market, because being a good neighbor is more than just being in your neighborhood. And by viewers like you.
If you're a Hilltopper or Lady Topper basketball fan, then we need your support today. But don't forget about all the other programs we have. Each week, WKYU offers a variety of shows that can help you get ahead through education. Monday through Thursday, tune into our Primetime Learning Series and earn college credit from home. We offer everything from business to history to law, with many stops in between. If you're looking for ways to improve your education and maybe your job prospects, then take advantage of our primetime learning on WKYU TV. With your support, Channel 24 will continue to bring home live Hilltopper and Lady Topper basketball road games and so much more.
Get new perspectives on the news of the day on Tony Brown's Journal, Sunday nights at 9:30, only on WKYU TV, Channel 24. Make an appointment to tune into Channel 24 each Sunday night for a new lineup of programs you can use each day. Starting at 7, relive the turbulent 26-year period that culminated in the formation of the United States. Meet the people who made this nation on Liberty, the American Revolution, Sunday night at 7 and Friday at 8 p.m. Then get up-to-date information you can use about the latest developments in medicine on Breakthrough at 9, followed by an intelligent discussion on the news of the day on Tony Brown's Journal at 9:30. Keep in touch with your community and nation on WKYU TV, your non-commercial source of the past, present, and future.
Be the public in public broadcasting by writing or calling or emailing us today. See the difference of PBS and WKYU, your local public television service.
Arena, where the halftime score is Western Kentucky 47, Louisiana Tech 40. A game of spurts here in the first half. Western Kentucky University down 15 early with 8:22 to go, but then Western goes on a 29-6 run to take the 7-point advantage, Laura. And boy, that's something you really don't expect against this Louisiana Tech team, is that kind of run.
No, you don't. It's almost been like two different ball games. In the first part of the game, Louisiana Tech's guards were running the show. They were hitting three-pointers. And the only bright spot for Western was their point guard, Witcher. But then in the second part of the second half, Western took advantage of their size on the inside and went on a big run. And it's, you know, players like Leslie Johnson and Danielle McCauley are the key for Western, and they really turned it on. It is surprising when you know a team like Louisiana Tech, number 4 in the country, comes in here, gets up by 15 in the first half, and goes into the locker room down 7. That's phenomenal.
Louisiana Tech, a very quick team, but Western's given a little bit of its own medicine in Katasha Witcher, who has 17 first-half points. She has been a key to Western in this first half.
Well, it's kind of unusual, having watched Western over the years. They rarely have a point guard of that caliber. They usually have really good shooters, steady-type players, but she brings a whole lot to the table.
Something Western has not had in previous outings. You expected Lori Townsend maybe to provide this scoring. As we take a look here early inside, as Louisiana Tech does have a little bit of firepower inside. That's Gilmore with a couple of points. But Western's inside players have fired it up over the last couple of minutes in the first half.
Hilltopper basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Western Kentucky Diagnostic Imaging, offering a comfortable alternative for X-ray, CAT scan, mammography, and other imaging needs, located at 1635 Scottsville Road in Bowling Green. Bell South, nobody knows a neighbor like a neighbor. And by viewers like you.
Great minds have transformed their world throughout history. People have challenged conventional thinking and blazed new trails. Every Sunday night, WKYU TV meets men and women who've changed the world of business, science, and medicine. This series explores how they did what they did and what it means for each one of us. Great minds. Sunday night at 10:30. WKYU TV, Bowling Green.
Time Western Kentucky University leading Louisiana Tech 47-40 at the half from Diddle Arena. Let's take a look at one of the newest members of Western Kentucky University's Athletic Hall of Fame, women's basketball, three-time All-American, Clemette Haskins.
Her family name and Western Kentucky University are a formula for success. Father Haskins is a Western legend. He proved that by leading Hilltopper teams to victory as a player and as a coach. But daughter Haskins has also made her mark on Western history. Clemette joined the Western Kentucky Lady Topper basketball team in 1984. Her leadership and determination put Western in the 1985 and 86 Final Fours and earned her All-American honors 3 times. She still holds 3 Western basketball assist records, 731 in a career, 232 in a season, and 13 in a game. She also set school standards for both career and season steals. She was a member of the All-Tournament team at the 1986 Final Four and was named Western's Female Athlete of the Year in 1987. With Clemette's induction this afternoon, it marks the first time members of the same family have graced the Hall. She follows her father into the Hall of Fame and into the coaching ranks. Clemette is now the head coach at the University of Dayton. The Haskins name will live forever in Western history, but the legend Clemette left will have its own special place. 1997 Western Athletic Hall of Fame inductee, Clemette Haskins.
It's a 47-40 Western Kentucky University halftime lead over the Louisiana Tech Lady Texters. Lady Texters 4th ranked coming into today's game. Western Kentucky 16th ranked after a loss at Arkansas State this past weekend. But it's been Western Kentucky the last 9 minutes at least of this first half, leading Louisiana Tech 47-40. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper basketball on WKYU TV is made possible in part by Campbell Chevrolet Geo on Scottsville Road in Bowling Green, answering the automotive sales and service needs of South Central Kentucky since 1981. Bluegrass Cellular, providers of cellular and paging service to Central Kentucky, with offices in Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, Glasgow, Campbellsville, and Bardstown. And viewers like you.
If you're a Hilltopper or Lady Topper basketball fan, then we need your support today. But don't forget about all the other programs we have. Each week, WKYU offers a variety of shows that can help you get ahead through education. Monday through Thursday, tune into our Primetime Learning Series and earn college credit from home. We offer everything from business to history to law, with many stops in between. If you're looking for ways to improve your education and maybe your job prospects, then take advantage of our Primetime Learning on WKYU TV. With your support, Channel 24 will continue to bring home live Hilltopper and Lady Topper basketball road games and so much more. Does commercial news seem only to hit the headlines? Then tune in to WKYU TV Channel 24 for more than just headlines. Each weeknight, join us for the best news programs on television as Jim Lair and his staff of professional journalists get the newsmakers to discuss the real issues. Keep up with the most important news as Outlook gets the local angle. Then keep up with the latest sports and weather from around the nation with the All News Channel. See the difference of local, non-commercial television where news and information is more than just headlines. And you'll want to become a supporting member just like many of your neighbors and friends. We need your help to keep this one-of-a-kind service in our community.
Welcome back to EA Diddle Arena, where the halftime score is Western Kentucky 47 and Louisiana Tech 40. And let's take a look at some of our first half highlights. No, that's not one of our highlights, but that's the Western Kentucky band actually, who is a highlight in its own right. For Louisiana Tech, Laura, it's been run and gun. And when they've been running, as we take a look at Leslie Johnson inside, as part of that inside Lady Topper game, and she got hot late on, struggled a little bit early, but Western picked it up late on.
She's such a great player. She has so many different moves, presents so many problems for defenses. And she and Danielle McCauley decided it was time to play about midway through that second half, and that's definitely been the difference of the game.
Well, it was for Louisiana Tech. They run and gun and like to do it. You see the 3 blue jerseys leading the charge, and then the dish off to Tamisha Jackson, and that's where the Lady Texters have been successful. When they jumped out early, it was off the run and gun offense.
Well, run and gun, all their players run. We've seen big girls leading the break down the floor, but one thing that's kind of become, I think it's kind of hurt them in the last part here, that shot clock, they don't run much time off of it, and the first person that has even a hint of an opening at the basket fires it up. And down the stretch when Western was making a run, I think they might have been a little better advised to slow down a little bit.
Lori Townsend had been an outstanding three-point shooter coming into today's game, has not shot a three-pointer, but she did it kind of an unexpected way for Lori Townsend, but that's what the Western guards have been doing.
They have been looking to take the ball to the basket this entire game. She and Witcher both have really taken it to them, and I'm sure that must have been something that Western came into as part of their game plan was, let's, you know, their guards are quick, but let's take it right at them, make them stop us.
Western Kentucky started the game shooting a very cool 43%. They got it up to 48% on the other side. Louisiana Tech was shooting 61% early, and they're down to 48%. Inside, Tech does have some inside game, and they use that quickness and leaping ability. Very good athlete from Louisiana Tech.
We're back to the shooting percentage thing. Early on, they were firing up everything and hitting it even from three-point land, and Western wasn't getting anything to go. But as you see here, the scoring, Wilson has 12. Witcher for Western has 17, but McCulley really picked it up with 13, and there's Johnson with 8.
Well, Wilson's 12 came very early as well. She got 12 off a lot of fast breaks early. Jackson and Maxwell with some three-pointers. Maxwell with a couple of three-pointers. Jackson also with a couple. But Witcher, again, has been such a key for Western Kentucky as she has done the job for the Lady Toppers, almost maybe personally challenging Tamisha Jackson.
Some of that eye contact out there definitely bears that out.
Western Kentucky leading Louisiana Tech 47-40. We're at the halftime of this basketball game. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Castronaut Market Center at Greenwood Mall, a home shopping experience. J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapel with 2 locations, 832 Broadway and 820 Lovers Lane in Bowling Green, and its subsidiaries, BG Monument and Bowling Green Gardens, and by viewers like you.
On Tuesday at 6:30, drop by This Old House. Steve Thomas and Norm Abrams show us the latest in renovation and rehabilitation techniques. From subflooring to shingles, each project uses the newest materials, tools, and expert craftspeople. Television you deserve, right here, right now. Get in the game by joining Team 24 on Western's Public Television. But don't forget about all the other great programs Channel 24 has to offer. 7 days a week, WKYU offers a variety of shows just for the little ones. Sing along with Barney and kid songs. Spend time with Arthur and the Big Comfy Couch. Explore the world on the Magic School Bus and Newton's Apples. With your support, Channel 24 will continue to bring home live Hilltopper basketball road games and so much more.
Hilltopper basketball is here as Western Kentucky University is primed to dominate at home and on the road.
Okay, let's go get 'em!
WKYU TV is your ticket to exciting Sunbelt road games with Western playing at New Orleans, Jacksonville, and Little Rock. Channel 24 also brings you the game after the game with replays for many home contests. Follow your Hilltoppers all season on WKYU TV, your home for Hilltopper basketball action.
Welcome back to EA Diddle Arena. We're just about ready to start the second half. Western Kentucky University leading the Louisiana Tech Lady Texters 47-40. And the crowd a little bit quiet at first, but the Western's run got the crowd into the game, and one of the keys to this game for Western anytime is keep that crowd in the game.
Well, this place, once the noise starts going, it seems to go up and then bounce off those rafters and come back down. And I've seen games in this building where once that crowd got going, it just really sparked the team, and I think that was a big factor in the first half.
Well, I think one, if not the largest crowd for a women's game in Diddle Arena was against Louisiana Tech. Old Dominion used to bring some people in here as well, but these are the kind of games that the crowd likes to get out, and it may be Super Bowl Sunday later today, but this crowd, it's Super Lady Topper Sunday right now.
It's just a warm-up, and it's more than that, too. They love the Lady Toppers here in Bowling Green.
Western Kentucky with a 7-point advantage, and Lori Townsend will fire it up, make it a 9-point advantage.
Well, she is definitely a shooter. She came in 4 years ago here at Western being touted as a shooter, and she's always been that for them.
Western wastes little time. Townsend gets the 2, 49-40, and then the whistle against Shay Lunsford, her second foul.
Unlike football, since we're drawing football analogies, you can't play defense with your hands in basketball, and that wasn't a reach, that was just a push.
Louisiana Tech underneath its own goal. Maxwell to get it in, Wilson. Back out to Jackson.
Western's in a zone.
In the 2-3 zone. Wilson underneath inside. Lunsford takes it away, has to take a dive to try to save it. Townsend saves it from Lunsford. Good hustle by Western.
It's good hustle. It's not always a real smart thing to throw the ball in under your opponent's basket, but it worked out for the best that time.
McCulley inside. Johnson, she picked it up at the end of the first half and almost picks up where she left off. A couple of shots at it, doesn't get it to go down, and Louisiana Tech 4-on-1 coming the other way. Stallworth inside, doesn't get.
Wow.
Wilson blew the easy 2.
Wow. Well, I'm not going to say they're flat yet, but Louisiana Tech, I expected them to come out with a bang after that, the way they ended the first half, but not yet.
Well, they had the numbers 4-on-1 and couldn't get it to go down, and Western coming the other way with it, with a 9-point advantage. McCulley in front, the fake, and now will be called for traveling. She came down on both feet and probably took the little stutter step.
Even if she didn't, it looked like she did. And, you know, it's kind of an overworked analogy when people say, well, the first 5 minutes of the second half are critical, but they are, especially in a close ball game. And Louisiana Tech really needs to pick it up right now.
49-40, Western Kentucky lead over Louisiana Tech with 18.5 minutes to go here in the second half of play.
Man-to-man.
Sunday afternoon in Diddle Arena. Inside, they go to the big girl this time, Elisa Burris, only her second field goal.
She was wanting that ball from the time they crossed half court, working really hard against Johnson.
She picked up 2 early fouls in the first half and had to sit out for much of the second half. She only had 8 minutes of first half play.
They do have some foul trouble on the inside. Gilmore with 4, she has 2.
Western a little sloppy, the lob pass, nice play. Monica Maxwell puts it in.
Well, everybody knows that most women can't dunk, but that's a very pretty play right there, regardless of whether you slam it or not.
So Louisiana Tech comes out, cutting that 7-point lead to 5 right now, as the Lady Toppers will try to answer. A little bit more deliberate pace by Western as they have the shot clock down to 10. McCulley working one-on-one, drives baseline left, dishes it off to Johnson from about 10, in and out, not there. Rebound away to the Lady Texters.
Got numbers again.
2-on-1 fast break. Jackson right in and corrected Stallworth with a drive for the 2.
Western, one of the mistakes they made early in the game was to get into a running game with them. And they don't want to do that, but they can't go to sleep on the offensive end either.
Well, a 20-second timeout, and Louisiana Tech going back to the success they had in the first half that got them that 15, 13-point lead, and that's run with the ball, release, and make the numbers your way.
That's right. Western obviously knows that they have to get back on defense, and they've had a couple of shots roll out on them. Good shots, but they've got to get back down the floor.
49-46, and you see Louisiana Tech coming right at you. Nice lob, as you said. Not a dunk, but just as pretty.
Great timing. With athletes on the floor, you can expect that sort of thing. Athletes the caliber of the ones playing for the Lady Texters.
Western has scored a couple this half, but Louisiana Tech has answered with 6, so Lady Toppers trying to get some scoring going now.
Expect no less with the spurts we've had in this game to have 2 or 3 more spurts by each team.
Lunsford, the recipient of the pass off McCulley, a chance for 3.
Now Western's lob didn't have quite as much polish as Louisiana Tech's of a few minutes ago, but it works the same. 2
Result
points.
the same, and maybe a chance
Yeah,
for 3.
And 1. There you see her. Now, she probably didn't need that little dribble, but she got in good position anyway and put it in the basket.
3rd foul on Monica Maxwell. And we'll keep an eye on those fouls as Louisiana Tech starts to rack them up a little bit. Lunsford converts the 3-point play. She has 3 this half, 5 for the game. And Western's lead is back out to 6, 52-46.
Good inside battle between Johnson. Oh, let her by.
Off the glass, not there, out of bounds. It'll belong to Louisiana Tech.
Well, Johnson and Burris are really mixing it up on the inside. And I think that's probably something that Coach Barmore told them at halftime, to look for those girls on the inside.
Inside to Stallworth, but we've got a foul before the shot by Stallworth, going against Lunsford, who picks up her 3rd foul.
Using her hands again.
Leon Barmore in his 16th year at Louisiana Tech. Been pretty quiet. As we said, though, this is nothing new to him. He's been in Diddle Arena and he's been in big games before. National championship games.
Yes.
Wilson with a little bit of a hook, didn't get it, but Burris picked up the rebound, and then we'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that Coach Barmore told him to look for the inside. There you see it. It was a good, strong move, and McCulley trying to block the shot, but got her.
Burris had a couple of free throws first half, missed both of them. 6'3" senior is a 62% free throw shooter, and she'll have a little distraction facing her.
There's some balloons back there, the swimmers, which are always a distraction when you come into Diddle Arena.
Into the game, Shepman, Jamie Shepman saw some first half action for Louisiana Tech. Lunsford goes out with 3 fouls as Sharonda Allen, number 13 for Western Kentucky, has checked into the lineup.
She came in during that run and played some good defense, and that's a lot of what they expect out of Sharonda Allen.
Burris converts these 2. It's a 52-48, 4-point Western Kentucky lead.
The Lady Texans have stayed with that man-to-man defense. They're not putting a lot of pressure past half court, but they're making it hard this time for the penetration. They may have tried to sag it back in again to kind of counteract some of Witcher's penetration.
Yeah, Witcher drives around Jackson this time, but Jackson slaps it away after she went around her. Witcher to throw it in, slapped out of bounds. It'll still belong to Western Kentucky.
A lot of teams would play zone out of bounds underneath the basket, but Louisiana Tech staying with the man-to-man.
Witcher set to try to get it in again. It comes into Johnson. Western leading by 4. Post up, Witcher inside. She's done it all first half. She gets her first 2 of the second half.
She definitely has no fear of going down there into a land she's not too familiar with.
She has posted up against Jackson several occasions. Wilson on the nice pass by Jackson.
McCulley got out of position and they took advantage of it.
54-50. Western Kentucky with a 4-point advantage. 16:06 to go here in this basketball game. It was Western by 7 at the half. Johnson, turnaround fadeaway jumper, not there. Rebound comes away to Wilson for Louisiana Tech.
Might have been better advice to take that ball up strong rather than,
Jackson, boy, eyes in the back side of her head as well. Burris, the recipient of that pass.
You have got to get back down the floor on defense and get set up, and Western was not set up that time, and it was an easy bucket.
2-point lead for Western. McCulley tries to drive, has it slapped out of her hands. It'll still belong to Western. And we have a timeout on the court with 15:32 to go. It's a 2-point Western Kentucky lead over Louisiana Tech. And you're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Tonight's broadcast of Hilltopper basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Bell South, Bluegrass Cellular, Campbell Chevrolet Geo, Castornot Market Center, Halchin's Markets, J.C. Kirby and Son Funeral Chapel and its subsidiaries BG Monument and Bowling Green Gardens, the Kentucky Lottery, and by Western Kentucky Diagnostic Imaging.
At 6:30 on Thursday, the world of automobiles from concept cars to classics is yours on Motor Week. Be an informed shopper with timely consumer reports and repair tips. Television you deserve, right here, right now.
Get the latest health news and information that affects your entire family on Breakthrough, television's Journal of Science and Medicine. Sunday nights at 9, only on WKYU TV, Channel 24.
Are you having trouble making sense of all the financial advice out there? Make a sound investment with Western's Public Television and catch Dollar Signs, a program that helps you find the funds that fit your needs, weather any financial storms, and avoid the pitfalls the other guys make. Dollar Signs, Friday night at 10.
Bowling Green, Kentucky. It's Western Kentucky hanging on to a 2-point advantage over Louisiana Tech right now, 54-52. Amanda Wilson for Louisiana Tech, 12 first-half points. She gets her first points of the second half, but Louisiana Tech going back to some of that run and gun. And the only thing that maybe jumps out at you statistically is the number of assists. Louisiana Tech was 16, 7 for Western, and a lot of fast breaks. You get a lot of assists.
Yeah, they've already had 5 assists in this half, and I think, again, I made the comment earlier, I think they're looking to go inside more and maybe quit taking those runners from outside.
Shooting 71% here in the second half. The turnover almost by Western, but instead,
yeah. Can you tell the crowd's a little unhappy about that call? Normally they want the officials to make a call on plays when Western has the ball, but not that time, because that was a sure 2-point.
Yeah, the foul goes against Shepman, her second for Louisiana Tech. And it's Western's ball underneath its own bucket. Inside, Allen off the glass, not there. Witcher with a rebound will put it up off the glass and in.
She's playing like a big girl in there, taking that step to the basket. Sometime in her career, I think she's played on the inside quite a bit.
Quickness and some rebounding ability has Western leading by 4, 56-52 with 15:02 to go in the 2-3 zone. 3-point attempt not there. Stallworth with a rebound. Stallworth back up, doesn't get it. Johnson has the rebound for the Lady Topper. An aggressive rebound.
Yeah, Western needs to do a little bit better job on the defensive boards. They had several cracks at that, and Western had position. They just weren't going after the ball.
Lori Townsend been quiet, fairly quiet this afternoon. She's got 6 points, a couple of field goals, and 2 from the free throw.
Kind of surprising that they're not playing her that tight out on the perimeter. I look for her to start kicking some up.
Of course, Witcher has been so hot, as you said. She's picked up a lot of the scoring from the guard spot for Western. Boy, Louisiana Tech running the other way. Wilson gets the 2 and has a chance for 3. They get down court so quick.
And Burris was down there too. Burris at 6'3" was down there. She could have taken the pass as well. Good passing, unselfishness.
Allen with a foul, and then the roll goes down for Wilson. She's got 16 points now, and she's got a chance to make it 17. Her first free throw of the afternoon is good, as Sharonda Allen picked up the foul, and Jamie Walls will come into the Lady Topper lineup to give Witcher a little bit of a rest. Witcher up and down the court a whole lot.
Yes, she needs a break. She's been a spark again for them this half, but we knew Louisiana Tech wasn't going to come out and lay down for Western, and through the first 5 minutes, they've cut that lead down to 1 point.
Townsend to bring the ball up. Facing the man-to-man defense of Louisiana Tech. Western leading it by 1, 56-55.
Sticky man-to-man. They're really going to pressure Walls, who's probably not as good a ball handler. Call that on a moving screen on Allen.
That'll be the 3rd foul on Sharonda Allen.
Steve Smalls got a few questions on that one, too. There are the swimmers.
Christy Hartley now checks into the game to replace Allen, and for Louisiana Tech, entering the lineup, Monica Maxwell for Jamie Shepman. It's a 1-point Western Kentucky lead as the Lady Toppers stay in their 2-3 zone.
They've been switching it up a little, but that might not be a good idea, or might be a good idea since they've been pounding it inside so much this first part of the second half.
Stallworth drives, and then the push
that's kind of a
will
silly
be called
foul
against Western.
I mean, she was up in the air and really didn't have anything to do with it. They might have got a turnover off of that.
That goes against Walls, her first. Take a look at it.
She's up in
from
the air.
behind.
Yeah, out of control. Hartley fouled her on the front side, too.
Had your choice of who to call it against. 56-55. Louisiana Tech inbounds the ball. 13:46 to go in this basketball game. Looking inside, the big girl Burris off the glass, not there. McCulley with a rebound for Western.
Good job on defense by Johnson, who bodied up to her and didn't give her any room to really get off a good shot.
Walls tried to force it inside a little bit, and Stallworth picked it off. Stallworth lead pass Wilson up off the glass. Louisiana Tech has the lead back.
They will run it down your throat, and Western has to get back on defense. That's really been their problem here in this second half. They've just let them run away.
Well, this first 5 minutes of the second half or so has been Louisiana Tech's ball game. They've come out and done what they did the first half and have the 1-point advantage.
Yeah.
Townsend gets her first three of the afternoon.
That'll give them a lift, and it might open up that inside more where they can start doing some of the things they were doing toward the end of the first half.
It also gives Western a 2-point advantage at 59-57. Inside, they go to Burris. She gets it. And Louisiana Tech doing a little bit of what you'd expect Western with the inside game. Western trying to do it from the outside.
It was a good post up. They're fronting the post, and the help was a little late in coming from Hartley.
12:41. Walls working against Stallworth. Inside, McCulley up off the glass. Doesn't get it, but she'll go to the free throw line.
They had sort of a double team on her. She just split them and then took the shot. Here it is. She gets the pass. Turns, goes right between those girls. Not a lot of contact, but it was a foul.
Third foul against Amanda Wilson. And Danielle McCulley will go to the free throw line. She's 4 for 4 so far this afternoon, looking for her first points of the second half.
Well, they're going to have to hit the free throws. That's the biggest thing in a close ball game, especially down the stretch. If you end up losing by 1 and you look back and you shot poorly from the free throw line, then you've just given the game away.
Sheree Mansfield comes into the Lady Topper lineup to replace Leslie Johnson. For the Lady Texters, it's Jamie Shepman back in for Laquan Stallworth. Now back into the Western lineup as well is Katasha Witcher, who will give Lori Townsend a break. You won't see Katasha Witcher out too much this afternoon the way she has been playing.
Well, especially the fact that she can counter the strong points of Louisiana Tech's guard. So she's really an important player for Western today.
61-59 in favor of Western Kentucky with 12:18 to go. The three-point attempt taken back off the rim, not there.
Nice rebound.
Rebound away to Christy Hartley. Hartley has it stolen away from her.
Well, she's not the one you want to get the ball to out on a fast break.
No,
that's not her forte.
Not against Tamisha Jackson as well. Jackson from three-point range, in and out, not there. Hartley with the rebound. Pulls it away, gets it now to the guard, and that's Witcher.
That's the person that needs to be out. And if you've got a wide open layup, she could probably handle that, but when there's guards back there covering, she doesn't need to have the ball.
Jamie Walls, top of the key to Danielle McCulley, inside Mansfield, off the glass, doesn't get it to go down. Strong rebound taken out of there by Louisiana Tech. Again with the numbers, Burris lead pass, a little bit too much of a lead pass. Lost out of bounds, it'll belong to Western Kentucky. Timeout on the court, 11:32 to go. Western Kentucky leading at 61-59. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
WKYU TV's presentation of Hilltopper basketball is made possible in part by Kentucky Lottery, with over 3,000 Kentucky Lottery retailers statewide. Somebody's going to win, might as well be you. Houchins Market, because being a good neighbor is more than just being in your neighborhood. And by viewers like you.
Make an appointment to tune into Channel 24 each Sunday night for a new lineup of programs you can use each day. Starting at 7, relive the turbulent 26-year period that culminated in the formation of the United States. Meet the people who made this nation on Liberty, the American Revolution, Sunday night at 7 and Friday at 8 p.m. Then get up-to-date information you can use about the latest developments in medicine on Breakthrough at 9, followed by an intelligent discussion on the news of the day on Tony Brown's Journal at 9:30. Keep in touch with your community and nation on WKYU TV, your non-commercial source of the past, present, and future.
The world is shrinking, but America's role is ever expanding. Meet the experts from across our nation as they discuss the most important issues of the day on Uncommon Knowledge, Monday night at 10.
Back here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, Western Kentucky University leading Louisiana Tech 61-59 with 11:32 to go. Lori Townsend, who has been quiet for most of the game, gets her first three-pointer after hitting 6 against Arkansas State last Thursday night, and a key time to pick one up.
Well, she was a difference in the ball game last year here against Louisiana Tech. Been pretty quiet today, but they're going to have to keep an eye on her now.
Turnovers even at 13 right now. It's been a very well-played game. Witcher has had luck with that drive before, just didn't get the ball to go through this trip down.
It's amazing to see when that ball goes up on the board and Louisiana Tech knows they have it, everybody just takes off.
Stallworth drove inside to Gilmore, who checked into the Lady Texter lineup, did not get the shot to go down, but will go to the free throw line. Gilmore with 4 fouls, going aggressively at it.
Well, of course, she's been on the bench this entire half, but that is still so impressive how those big girls get up and down the floor.
Gilmore with 2 points, those coming in the first half. She's a 50% free throw shooter, and she hits the first free throw to pull Louisiana Tech within 1. Shea Lunsford now will come back into the game for Western Kentucky. And Christy Hartley will go to the Lady Topper bench.
She did a good job on the boards while she was in there for Western.
Gilmore shoots her average, 50%, 1 out of 2. McCulley with a rebound for Western. 61-60 in favor of the Lady Toppers.
She did a good job on the boards that time. Good block out.
A 1-point Western Kentucky advantage.
Witcher
drives. Did not get it to go down, and Mansfield will be whistled for the foul. Nice job of the rebounding by Freya Gilmore, who took that one with some enthusiasm.
Mansfield was right in there trying to get that ball, but she did. She had hold of that ball hard, and it wasn't going anywhere.
Danielle McCulley will go to the Lady Topper bench and take a look at it.
She's trying to get it out of her hands, but that's a big girl.
Mansfield just trying to maybe get out of the way.
Yeah. If she's smart, that's what she was doing.
Gilmore, 1 out of 2 so far this afternoon. This will be her second trip there. Missed this one badly, but Louisiana Tech picked up the rebound out of bounds. It'll still belong to Louisiana Tech.
Job of rebounding.
Yeah, Shepman in there for Louisiana Tech.
She's not one of those great big girls that should be in there out rebounding them.
Maxwell into Shepman. Maxwell looked at the three-pointer instead. Now we'll work it around. Western is still in that 2-3 zone. Shepman inside, Maxwell from the baseline, got it.
And if you're playing a 2-3 zone, that is one spot on the floor that you cannot let the offensive team have it. And that's an easy 2 points for somebody the caliber player of Maxwell.
We've got 10.5 minutes to go. It's Louisiana Tech by 1, 62-61. Been a back-and-forth game this second half. Both teams had leads in the first half. Witcher take one too many steps.
Yeah.
And maybe trying to do a little bit too much now.
That's right. She needs to pick her spots. And, you know, she's going to have some openings. But right now, I think she needs to back off just a little bit. She can't take it in there every time.
And that may be why Lori Townsend's coming back into the game. Walls comes up with a steal from Stallworth. Boy, you see the speed of Louisiana Tech, but you see Jamie Walls taking it right to Louisiana Tech.
Jamie Walls has a lot of skill. She has a lot of talent. She's not the fastest player on the floor, but that was a good defensive play, and she took it to the goal pretty strong. The defensive player didn't have time to get set and slid underneath it.
Second foul on Stallworth. Shepman out of the game now. Back into the Louisiana Tech lineup as well. 34, Elisa Burris. She'll replace Gilmore. And Townsend in to replace Witcher, and Steve Small having a few words with Witcher, and I think he's probably telling her you can't do it all, or Blaine Embry actually talking to her. Walls converts the three-pointer.
You know, Jamie Walls, as you said earlier, she was a National Player of the Year. Seems to be having a little bit of a confidence problem. Maybe that'll bring her out of it a little bit, at least for today.
She has played well this afternoon.
Right.
64-62 in favor of Western. The crowd starting to get back into the game. That three-pointer by Maxwell way off the mark. Townsend with a rebound.
That one wasn't even close.
Townsend working one-on-one against Jackson. Walls tried to set the screen. Jackson fought right around it. Over to Lunsford. Lunsford from about 17 doesn't get it. And the rebound again, a strong rebound by Burris.
A lot of contact on that rebound.
Jackson, right corner inside. Foul will be against Lunsford, and if that's Lunsford, that'll be 4 on her.
Well, she was totally out of position on that play, and the best thing she could have done, being totally out of position, was just let her have that shot. Either that or she didn't hit the basket, but that's very cheap.
Defensively, Shea Lunsford has not had one of her better afternoons.
No.
She picks up her 4th foul. And at the line for Louisiana Tech, Amanda Wilson at the free throw line. She's 1 out of 1 so far this afternoon. She misses the first. She's a 67% free throw shooter, as Danielle McCulley will come back into Western's lineup to replace Shay Lunsford.
Being that she is Louisiana Tech's leading scorer and the leading scorer in the conference, she hasn't had that great a day, but other players have picked up the slack, obviously.
20-second timeout called on the court, so we'll keep it right here with 9.5 minutes to go. Foul trouble you see for Louisiana Tech. Gilmore with 4 fouls, Maxwell and Wilson with 3. Shay Lunsford just picked up her 4th foul, and then Sharonda Allen with 3. This has been a game where the starters have done all the damage for both teams. Bench scoring for Western Kentucky, Jamie Walls with 5 points, and then 1 point from Christy Hartley, a couple of points from Melchika Bowman, and then Freya Gilmore has 3 points for Louisiana Tech. But most of that scoring coming through the starters. And we've seen good action.
Is obviously more important for Louisiana Tech. Some of their best players have those 4 and 3 fouls.
Wilson gets the kind roll this time and gets the 2, or the single. And it's a 64-63 Western Kentucky lead. Pace of this game probably favors Western a little bit right now. They're more of a half-court game. Louisiana Tech has tried to run it when they can.
Well, this has definitely been a great game. We can only hope the Super Bowl will be this good later on.
Mansfield comes up way short.
Yeah, trying to do a little too much.
Jackson with it the other way inside.
Oh,
boy,
wow.
what a move by Monica Maxwell.
That defines athleticism right there to even get that ball off, much less hit it from that angle. And it's a 1-point Louisiana Tech lead as this lead just battles back and forth right now between these two nationally ranked teams. Johnson, a little turnaround triple move almost, and then 3 seconds will be called. And when Johnson doesn't shoot the ball, you get a lot of people in there ready to rebound, and your chances are you're going to have somebody in the lane too long. If she'd have kicked that out just a little bit sooner, she had some girls spotting up, but she was really trying to get a shot off.
Stallworth been pretty quiet this half. So is Jackson, who is looking for her first points this half as well. Inside, Wilson travels with it.
Yep. Well, that 2-3 zone's certainly not hurting Western, so they're staying in it. They've had a chance at some outside shots. And, of course, if you hit those, you'll bring a team out of a zone real quick. But Louisiana Tech hadn't got any of those threes to go down yet.
Natasha Witcher back into the Lady Topper lineup to replace Jamie Walls. Witcher has had an outstanding game, has been a very key player for Western this afternoon. Nice pass inside. Johnson working around the big girl.
Too many hands in there. She almost took herself out of position with that big dribble move she took at the first.
Slapped out of bounds by Burris. Shot clock at 19. Western getting it in underneath its own goal. Long pass comes out to McCulley. Has to battle to keep it. Doesn't.
Here we go. I think that was
Louisiana
going out of
Tech throws it other way.
Lots of folks down on the floor on that play.
Yeah, some contact going on, just getting to the loose ball at that point.
It's getting pretty physical out there right now. Both these teams obviously want this game very badly.
Gilmore now back into the Lady Texter lineup to replace Elisa Burris.
If I were Western, I would be taking that ball right at her on the inside. And Johnson's tried, but she hadn't been in a position to draw that foul yet.
Witcher will work one-on-one against Jackson. She had success in the first half. This time Mansfield over to Townsend from 3. Got it.
That was a pretty play. She knew she couldn't get that shot off, and Lori Townsend's on a roll right now.
A couple of times Lori Townsend has hit the big 3 right after Louisiana Tech takes the lead to give Western back the 2-point lead, and they've been big ones.
Yeah. No, that 3-pointer will dig you out of a hole and quickly.
And Western back to the man-to-man defense now. Inside.
Again, with that zone, you can't let them have it on the block like that.
Wilson working that time on Mansfield, the freshman, and a little bit of a junior.
She was playing on the upside of her, and her help just didn't have enough time to get over there.
And now Wilson will go to the free throw line to try to convert the 3-point play.
She was pretty quiet in the first half, but she's picked it up here in the last few minutes.
Timeout on the court with 7:40 to go. Louisiana Tech leading Western Kentucky 68-67. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Western Kentucky Diagnostic Imaging, offering a comfortable alternative for X-ray, CAT scan, mammography, and other imaging needs located at 1635 Scottsville Road in Bowling Green. Bell South, nobody knows a neighbor like a neighbor. And by viewers like you.
Next time on Nova.
And we have liftoff.
NASA astronauts on a mission impossible, repairing the crippled Hubble telescope in space.
Oh, look at that baby.
At zero gravity, it becomes a task as delicate as it is dangerous.
The screw is gone.
Join Nova behind the scenes on a high-stakes rescue mission in space. Next time on Nova.
America was founded on a simple concept, liberty. Its meaning is seen in the lives of the leaders of our American Revolution. Join Channel 24 for this special broadcast that brings to life the 26-year period that culminated in the formation of the United States. Liberty, the American Revolution. Sunday night at 7 and Friday at 8 p.m. WKYU TV, where history comes to life.
Well, the next TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV will come Thursday, January 29th. It's a battle of first-year coaches as the Jacksonville Dolphins under Hugh Durham travel to Mobile to face defending Sunbelt champ South Alabama, coached by Bob Wetling. Tip-off is set for 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and you can see the game here on many of these same Sunbelt TV affiliates. Check your local listings. Western Kentucky trailing by 1, facing some full court pressure by Louisiana Tech with 7.5 minutes to play.
Hadn't seen that much from them so far in this game, but obviously it's getting down to crunch time. Nice move.
McCulley drives inside, gets the bucket, will go to the free throw line for a chance to make it 3.
That shows out just how smooth and how athletic she is. A girl that size being able to take it to the hole.
Let's take a look at it.
Look at that, big dribble right around. Little NBA continuation there.
Yep. Foul was on Jackson, her second. I'll tell you, the first time I saw it, I thought maybe she took an extra step, but she didn't. She's just that good of an athlete.
Great ball handling skills, too, again, for a girl that size.
McCulley converts. She now has 17 points. Witcher with 21 to lead Western scorers, 70-68 in favor of Western by 2.
Back into man-to-man this time.
Off the mark, but Burris right there to put it back up and in.
Johnson wasn't in bad position for that rebound, but Burris just wanted it more.
Inside, Witcher picking up where she left off in the first half.
Well, you know, she had contained herself for a little while. I guess she decided it was time to take over again.
Now Jackson working against Witcher. Boy, that's a good battle going on. There's some speed on speed right there.
My goodness.
Wilson driving against Mansfield, and Wilson has made a pretty good job of using the freshman of Mansfield, a little experience factor there.
She's spent a lot of time at the free throw line here in the second half.
So Wilson will go to the line. She's been there 4 times this second half, 3 out of 4 so far. A couple of free throws coming her way. First one by Wilson is good. 67% free throw shooter.
Well, if you're a pretty decent shooter, the more you go to that line, usually you get more and more comfortable, and it's easier for you to make them. Of course, I just jinxed her right there. But
Mansfield with a rebound. It's a 1-point Western Kentucky lead, 72-71 with 6:47 to go. Townsend working one-on-one against Stallworth.
Not getting much daylight against Stallworth out there.
Inside, Johnson up off the glass. Used it, powered it up and in. Her first points of the second half.
That's doing what she does best and using her best skills in that big body. That's what they expect out of her, and that's what they need out of her.
3-point Western lead with 6:18 to go.
Burris working hard, gets the ball.
And she'll be called for traveling. Johnson did a good job of defense that time around.
Yeah, that's quite a battle. It's been going on all game, and it's really heated up here in the last few minutes.
Sharonda Allen will come in to replace Mansfield. That one got Leon Barmore up off the bench a little bit. Could have been a jump ball. It could have been take your pick.
It could have. It could have been a foul. It could have been a jump ball. A whole lot of things.
I think Leon's vote was for the foul, but
the crowd's vote was obviously for the walk.
74-71 in favor of Western Kentucky. 6:09 to go in this game. An outstanding basketball game here this afternoon. Louisiana Tech looked like they might blow Western out early, but Toppers came back to lead actually by 7 at the half, and it's been a nip and tuck game since that point. Slapped away, Witcher picks it up, shot clock down inside 6, and there's the foul against the Lady Texters.
Right. Yeah, if you had your choice on going to the Super Bowl party early or coming to the ball game and then going to the Super Bowl party, I think you made the right choice. Lots of hands in here, lots of reaching, stuff
right there.
going on. Yep,
And
that's where
the
they got her.
fourth foul on Amanda Wilson.
That's
the Lady Texters in some foul trouble.
That's a big, big foul right there.
5:50 to go, and Wilson with one more will be out of there. McCauley off the pass. Nice job
out of control
by Witcher, but couldn't get it in.
Western did a good job getting back on defense and causing that turnover.
Double dribble called against Louisiana Tech. It'll go over to Western.
She sort of picked that ball up thinking she was going to have an open passing lane, but there were 3 white jerseys back that time.
Yep. Witcher will walk it up court with Western Kentucky leading 74-71 in the second half of play. 5.5 minutes to go.
I'd look for both teams here in the next few minutes to start turning up the defense and going full court. They didn't that time.
Inside, McCauley, nice pass. She got
pretty.
2.
She did a good job of posting up, and Western did a good job of getting the ball to her.
22nd timeout taken by Louisiana Tech, and Leon Barmore, the coach that he is, knows when to use them, and this is a good time.
Well, he's been down to this arena enough to know when things can get out of control, and when this crowd gets kicking like this and the teams are getting fired up, that's what he needed, was that timeout.
A 5-point Western Kentucky lead as we are seeing 2 of the best women's basketball programs, not only in the Sun Belt, but 2 of the top in the country. As you take a look at our standings, Western Kentucky's loss coming at Arkansas State. Now, Louisiana Tech has already been to Jonesboro and won, so Western really to have a chance at this Sun Belt Conference title has to win this afternoon. South Alabama with a couple of wins, and then Pan Am and Southwestern Louisiana on the bottom.
Yeah, this is a huge win for them. Obviously, Western still has to go down to Ruston, which is not a good trip, but
not a lot of success for Lady Toppers or anybody else in the country down there.
It's a definite home court advantage.
76-71, Louisiana Tech with the ball. Western's gone back into the zone. 3-point taken by Jackson, in and out, not good. Burris with a rebound, and she is fouled.
Well, Western has to stay on the boards. They didn't do a good job. Johnson's gotten beat by her a couple of times on the board.
Yeah, Burris has picked it up in the second half and gotten in there and battled for the ball.
She had Johnson pushed under the goal there. It looks like she injured her thumb. She's rubbing it.
As you look inside.
She got mugged.
Yeah.
That was a foul. Yep, there she grabs her hand there at the very end.
Only the first foul on Leslie Johnson, the only Lady Topper player in any kind of foul trouble. Shay Lunsford with 4. Burris at the line. She's a 67% free throw shooter, misses the first.
If I was going to bet on somebody, I'd bet she'd have missed that one because she was shaking that hand right as they handed her the ball. She got a stinger on that thumb.
She's 4 out of 6 thus far. Second one, not there.
McCauley kept it alive.
And Townsend pulls it down for Western.
That's a sign of a good rebounder. Even if they can't get it, they keep it alive. Get it another chance. It may be dangerous under the other team's basket, but it worked out well again.
Jackson now guarding Townsend. She had been on Witcher most of the time, but Stallworth and Jackson have switched up, so we'll see if Witcher has any success against
Stallworth's quick. I don't know if she's quite as quick as Jackson, but she's quick too.
Yeah, McCauley lost that one. And right inside, that's been the play this afternoon for the Lady Texters, Amanda Wilson.
Yeah. I have a feeling Coach Small is going to get on them and get on them again about the getting back on defense because it's critical.
4:27 to go. Western Kentucky leading Louisiana Tech 76-73. You're watching the TCBY Game of the Week on Sunbelt TV.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is made possible in part by Campbell Chevrolet Geo on Scottsville Road in Bowling Green, answering the automotive sales and service needs of South Central Kentucky since 1981. Bluegrass Cellular, providers of cellular and paging service to Central Kentucky, with offices in Bowling Green, Elizabethtown, Glasgow, Campbellsville, and Bardstown, and viewers like you.
Next time on Ancestors.
Libraries and archives are full of so much more than cold, hard facts. They're the doorway back in time to discover your family's story.
When I went to places like the National Archives or the Denver Public Library, I didn't know what I was looking for. You can find a lot of people that are willing to help you.
We're going to take you on a field trip to the largest genealogical library in the world to help you break the ice.
Public broadcasting faces new challenges in providing the kinds of programs our loyal viewers can use every day. Public broadcasting needs your support to ensure the future of this national treasure. Become a member today by calling 745-2400 or 1-800-599-2424. Be the public in public broadcasting. WKYU TV, Channel 24, Bowling Green.
A reminder for Sunbelt Conference fans with Internet access, you can now go online with the latest in Sunbelt information, statistics, special features, and interactive messages on the official Sunbelt webpage at www.sunbeltsports.org. That's the official Sunbelt Conference Internet site at www.sunbeltsports.org. Internet services provided by Communique Incorporated. Western Kentucky leading in Bowling Green this afternoon, 76-73, and the pass off the hands of Danielle McCulley. Good idea. McCulley just couldn't quite come up with it.
Yep, good idea. She had the position, but the pass just wasn't there. Western back still in the man-to-man. Still not putting a lot of pressure yet. Well, kick that up.
Three-point taken by Louisiana Tech's Jackson, their first three-pointer of the second half.
Witcher was pretty close to her, but she could shoot that thing, you know, with the door cracked. She really could get it off quick.
And if you're Louisiana Tech, you like to see that happen. Inside, Leslie Johnson for two.
She did the smart thing there. She didn't try any of those moves, wandering around or anything. She just took it straight up.
2-point advantage for Western Kentucky, 3:44 to go in this basketball game. Been a great afternoon of action for basketball fans. Stallworth inside. Boy, what a move by Wilson. Just didn't get it to go down. Stallworth kind of got lost. Wilson picked it up.
She got lucky that they even got a shot there. Could have very easily gone out of bounds.
Western by 2 with the basketball. And Stallworth back on Townsend now as Jackson has picked up Witcher. And away from the ball, it'll be McCulley and Wilson, who've been going at it pretty good. This one will go against McCulley.
I wasn't concentrating on that play, but from the reaction of the referee, there was a forearm thrown somewhere in that action.
Check it, not on McCulley. Instead, whistled against Sharonda Allen with her fourth foul.
That's the second time she's got called for a moving screen, I believe.
So that sends Maxwell to the line. Thought it was Wilson and McCulley who've been going at it pretty good themselves, but instead it was Maxwell and Allen. So Maxwell with her first free throws of the afternoon, a 78% free throw shooter. You can probably write down that when she's at the line.
She's a good shooter from anywhere on the floor, and most of the time when you're a good outside shooter, you're going to be a good free throw shooter. Most of the time.
Gilmore back into the Lady Texter lineup, and for Western, it's Sharonda Allen going out, and Shay Lunsford coming in, so 4 fouls for 4 fouls there. They're both the Lady Toppers with 4 fouls. 78-77. Western with a 1-point lead. It's tied.
Nice. You can tell she's been in a few ball games that have gone down to the wire before, and there's something on the floor.
Townsend working off the screen by McCulley. Jackson back on Townsend this time around.
Drive pressure. Nice kick out.
Off to Lunsford.
Wide open.
Got it.
Corey Townsend showing she's got a little bit of quickness there too.
80-78 in favor of Western. 22nd timeout on the court. With 2:54 to go, the Lady Toppers leading it by 2. Here are today's TCBY players of the game. For Louisiana Tech, no surprise, Amanda Wilson, the Sun Belt Conference Player of the Week last week. But for Western, somebody who would fit in very well on the Louisiana Tech squad, and that's Katasha Witcher for Western Kentucky, who's had an excellent game.
She sure has. She's not the person we expected to be the big player for Western today, but she's certainly done a terrific job, offensively and defensively.
It's a 2-point advantage for Western Kentucky. Inside, the big girl, turn around.
Wow. She's really had a good game today for Louisiana Tech, too.
Yep. When they've needed some inside points, they've gone to her, and she's been able to produce. Tied at 82.5 minutes to go. Down to the wire here. Leslie Johnson, turnaround shot, got it, and she is fouled.
Well, down to a crucial part of the game, you got to go to your bread and butter, and that's Leslie Johnson. And she made a super move on the inside and drew the foul. Nice pass, nothing fancy, just turn around and stick it in the hole.
Well, you know, Burris was complaining about it, and she may have had a good right. She doesn't really look, unless she gets her early.
Yeah.
She doesn't touch much of her.
No, not at all.
Johnson doesn't get the free throw. Burris pulls down the rebound. 82-80, Western Kentucky with a 2-point lead with 2:24 to go.
Gonna have to pick up the intensity on defense, give them nothing easy.
Man-to-man defense. Stallworth working against Townsend, and they'll say it was kicked, although it was more passed at a foot than it was kicked.
Yeah.
And that's a break for Louisiana Tech.
It sure is. Louisiana Tech, as they turn up that defensive pressure as Western does, they're going to look to penetrate, but they don't want to turn the ball over at this point.
2:11 to go. Wide open inside. Burris off the pass from Stallworth.
She's got the ball there several times this half. Somebody just went to sleep.
82-80. You know, we gave the player of the game to Wilson, but boy, Burris has come on strong here lately.
You can make a strong case for her.
Inside Johnson against Burris, and Johnson picking it up for Western.
Yeah, that's quite a battle. Those two have been going at it the entire half.
Well, the six-man factor definitely a part of this game this afternoon. 84-82 Western.
Yeah.
And thrown away by Jackson.
Much better defense that time. She did a good job of getting all the way in front of her and making it a bad angle on that pass. And Johnson was ready to help, too.
Yeah, looking for Wilson. It just went over everybody's head and into the swimmers.
That's right. That's just a poor angle for that pass.
Western by 2. They can make it 4 with a bucket here. Lori Townsend working against Stallworth.
That's having a senior point guard helps you out a little bit there. She knows when to settle things down.
McCulley tried to get it into Johnson, and this time the kick against Louisiana Tech, so it'll belong still to Western with the new 30 seconds. 1:18 to go. It's down to the wire.
It is.
But this is what you like to see if you're a fan of college basketball.
Well, that's why all these people packed in here today, hoping they'd see something like this, and they've gotten their money's worth.
Well, that's been a dangerous pass a couple of times. Got away with it that time. McCulley in and out, not there. Burris with a rebound.
Not exactly the greatest shot you can get in that situation, but she was wide open.
Jackson, Lunsford with a big steal for Western. Over to Witcher.
Guess what she's going to do with it.
Let's see what she's going to do. One-on-one off the glass, not there. Burris with a rebound.
Might have been a little better glass to pull it out. They've got the lead.
Jackson, Stallworth, inside, turnaround move, not there. Boy, it's wild inside.
Going to have to rebound.
Wilson picks up the 2, and we're tied at 84.
They've been better advised if Witcher would have just pulled that ball out, I think. I mean, they had the lead at the time.
42 seconds to go, and the scoreboard's still showing 84-82, but it's tied up at 84. And now we've got to correct
working around for a good shot.
Shot clock down to 12 seconds. Johnson looking for help. Gets it into McCulley. McCulley drives, baseline left, draws the foul with 5 seconds on the shot clock.
It may come down to who gets the ball last today.
24.5 seconds to go, tied at 84. Danielle McCulley will go to the free throw line.
There she is. You see, if she used her body well and held that girl off to draw the foul.
McCulley 6 out of 7 this afternoon from the free throw line. She has 2 coming her way. Gets the first.
She's about 68% on the year. She's a senior, great player. You'd expect her to nail these free throws.
Timeout on the court, 85-84, 24.5 seconds.
Hilltopper Basketball on WKYU TV is brought to you in part by Castronaut Market Center at Greenwood Mall, a home shopping experience. J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapel with 2 locations, 832 Broadway and 820 Lovers Lane in Bowling Green, and its subsidiaries, BG Monument and Bowling Green Gardens, and by viewers like you.
Patty Bryant is back and looking toward a new century. Join her each week as she explores the world of small business. Learn how to start a new business and keep it growing. Meet people just like you who have succeeded. Get the information you need about the things that can make or break your dreams of owning your own business. Small Business 2000, Sunday at 11:30. See the difference of public television with PBS and WKYU. Wednesday at 6:30, welcome to the Victory Garden. Prized roses and abundant vegetables are a snap with Roger Swain. See exotic plant life. Meet the experts. Learn new cooking tips and instructions in every aspect of gardening. Television you deserve, right here, right now. You're watching WKYU TV, Bowling Green.
A one-point advantage for Western Kentucky University. 24.5 seconds to go in this basketball game. It was a game of streaks in the first half. Louisiana Tech jumped out on top by 15 at 34-19. Western went on a run in the second half, a 29-6 run rather, to go into the second half, and led at the half 47-40. Louisiana Tech came back opening minutes of the second half, and it's been back and forth since then, Laura.
That's right. We're talking about this being a big win for Western. This would be a huge win for Coach Steve Small, first-year coach. Of course, Paul Sandiford, who was a legend here in Bowling Green, left this year. This will be a huge win for Steve Small in establishing the fact that he hasn't let this program slip. It's still where it always was.
We talked early that Western really has only defeated one nationally ranked team this year. That was Texas Tech early. This would be the second one if they can hold on to this two-point advantage that they have right now. 86-84 Western. Shot clock is off. Louisiana Tech, we'll see what they're going to do.
Western definitely doesn't want to foul, and smart thing to do, take a timeout.
15.3 seconds. Louisiana Tech with a two-point advantage. Boy, a lot of experience on that Louisiana Tech bench when you look at Leon Barmore, but as assistant Kim Mulkey-Robertson, no stranger to close games and outstanding basketball as well.
She's an outstanding player. I can remember watching her play in national championship games. She had real long hair at that time that bounced up and down the floor. She looks a little different, but you know that basketball mind's still there.
And both teams going to use all the basketball minds they can right now.
Right.
Leon Barmore on the one end, Western on the other end with Steve Small in his first year as head coach, but he's been an assistant around Western for a lot of years, so
yeah,
he's been there too.
He certainly knows his way around games like this, and it's important. I think it's important to point out too that both teams have a lot of experience, and that experience is definitely on the floor right now. And of course, if Louisiana Tech scores, they're probably talking about that. If we score, we're going to press. And Western, on the other hand, it says if we score, we want to get the ball in probably Laurie Townsend's hands because she's such a great free throw shooter at, what, 79%?
Yeah, 51% from three-point range.
Yeah.
So
she's an
Townsend, an outstanding shooter. And as you talk about experience on the court, Western with three seniors and two juniors, they've all been there before. Louisiana Tech, although a little bit younger, these are 5 returning starters there for them. So they've been there before as well. Last year was their learning year.
5 returning starters who play in games against Tennessee and Old Dominion in the country's best week in, week out.
Maxwell into Jackson. Clock down to 10 seconds. 86-84 Western. They go inside. Wilson turnaround jumper. It's good.
Yeah, you're
they were tied. And Western with 4 seconds to go. Witcher dribbles down, goes in all the way. Got it at the buzzer.
Unbelievable.
Katasha Witcher with a bucket at the buzzer, doing what she had done all the first half.
That's amazing. It's a fitting ending to a really great basketball game. And give that girl all the credit in the world.
Football here between these two teams. The winner goes to the Sweet 16 in Nashville. We'll be here for the excitement in a little bit after we get done with the NIT. Back to Atlanta to Brad Nessler. Brad?
All right, Michael, here it's 75-72. Georgia Tech in overtime, leading by 3, courtesy of their senior captain. They've been on a 27-10 run. Matt Harpering with
The NCAA's second round here, Western Kentucky, the 8th seed in red, within 2 of the undefeated, now within 1 of the undefeated.
For Louisiana Tech. Good afternoon on this Sun Belt Conference TCBY Game of the Week.
Very popular, slate included. You can get the same look with the cellulose sponge. Just buy a piece of the marble.
J. Allen Builders presents North Ridge Subdivision, located off Mormon Lane, just minutes from downtown Bowling Green. This